If you've been to any of the Super Sunday streams on my Twitch channel, you probably have noticed that I have a hard, factual, unbiased opinion about every course in Mario Kart 8. If you think you can question me, don't you dare. But if you do dare, post in the comments what you dare. But don't you dare go against what this tier list says. I have compiled a list of all of the tracks in Mario Kart 8, and I'm going to tell you why these tracks are better than others, and why some are just kind of meh, some of them are batshit awful, and some of them are actually pretty good. So our first category is the popular or overrated category. Just because it's overrated or popular doesn't mean that it's bad, but in this case it does. Sunshine Airport and Toad Harbor are overused completely. They are in every online race that you race. If you are on Mario Kart for 10 minutes online, you are racing Sunshine Airport and Toad Harbor. They are everywhere. They are basic, they are easy courses, and they are I used to love them so much, but there is nothing really spectacular or interesting about them, and for that they go in the D tier straight away. If you want to talk about some good overrated, overused tracks, then we're gonna have to talk about Mount Wario, because Mount Wario is fucking lit. It is just the one lap, it's just straight down the mountain, which I think is kind of a little bit of a letdown. In previous Mario titles, you would get in a cannon and be shot back up to the top of the mountain and then go back down it. I really like that aspect. Also, the trees are kind of yuck. I hate navigating through the trees, but it is a solid A. The final course in our overrated is Big Blue. Big Blue is glorious. It has the best music track, for one, and it just when you get on Big Blue, you know it's big, you know it's go time. You got the chutes, the water chutes are fucking fire. I love the turns and the different paths that you can take. The anti-gravity is beautiful. That's also just a really beautiful, beautiful course. It's also the highest ranked one lap map on here. You'll notice that some of the one lappers I'm not a huge fan of in that regard. But Big Blue is just interesting from start to finish, and I think that really makes it very strong. So the next category is the circle lap category. There's only two courses in this category, Excite Bike and Baby Park. And I have an extreme dislike for one, and I absolutely adore the other. Whatever the better one does right, it's Excite Bike. It does the circle so much better than Baby Park in every single way. The only plus side to Baby Park is that it's over. It's a really short course. Even with 7 laps, it's done and it's over and it's quick. But it is absolute mayhem. It is a shitstorm. You don't know what is happening. It's all over before you know it, and it's honestly a waste of a course. Excite Bike, on the other hand, is your traditional 3-lap course, but the jumps are so fucking satisfying. There's no jumps in Baby Park. There is nothing exciting about Baby Park. Excite Bike is excite. All in excitement. Look how excited I am. This is the fucking shit. Up next, we have our really long, really extensive shortcut B category. Every one of these courses is in the B list, I believe. I think some of them might be A. Yes, one of them is A. That's Mario Circuit. That one is really, really good. It's just really satisfying. All of these courses are super satisfying just in the way that they play. I really like the maps for them. They're not super special or exciting in theme, but they are very satisfying. I love playing them. They're good, solid maps, and I appreciate all of them. So, well, we just did a huge chunk of just so many good, beautiful, solid courses. The last one here being Yoshi Valley, which is particularly fun in that you get to choose which way you go. You could do it the same way every single time like I do, or you could mix it up, go through the cannon, shoot your shot, do whatever. There is one course that particularly grinds my gears. This is probably the worst track technically and just in execution, in travel, in trying to get from point A to point B. It just does not fucking work, and that is Yoshi Circuit. So I have a completely different stance on Yoshi Circuit than Yoshi Valley, which stinks because I love Yoshi. Yoshi Circuit is our first F tier because it's in the shape of Yoshi, which is a cute idea, except for that Yoshi is a fucking monster of a horrendously awful shape when it comes to racing. The fucking 3 little humps on the back of his head are a nightmare to drift. And the only way that you're gonna get through this race alive is if you have mushrooms to cut across through the lawn. On the other hand, if you're looking for a really fun, challenging course, my next S is gonna be Grumble Volcano. Grumble Volcano is so fucking fun, and it's a challenge as it changes throughout losing those different levels. You can get stuck on them and fall in the lava, which is a shame, but if you want to get good, you just gotta get good, gamer, and avoid those pitfalls. I love the theme, and the music is fire. It's probably a little bit easier in the Mario Kart 8 version than it is in Wii, but it is by far one of the greatest courses that Mario Kart has ever offered. Next, we have to talk about the Rainbow Roads. There are 3 of them in Mario Kart 8, which gets confusing when you're talking about which ones that you like the best. For the purpose of this discussion, we're going to call them Rainbow Road with the train, Rainbow Road, the space station, and Rainbow Road, the best one. Rainbow Road, the best one, is clearly the best one. It's obvious from the Super Nintendo, I guess, one. It's got Rainbow Road, but also Rainbow Thwomps, and also it's just so much fun to drift. It has the best drifts, and if you don't, like, they're challenging, which is nice, but when you nail them, and it feels so good. Also, just hitting that ramp in between the thwomps, you know, the one that you can't actually make unless you have a speed boost, hitting that, you know you've made it when you hit that jump, you know? It's just glorious. And nobody else is gonna make that jump either, because the chances of you getting the mushroom there and like actually like saving it for that jump is pretty small, but when you get it, it feels so damn good. Rainbow Road, the space station, purpley one, is probably the most like forgettable Rainbow Road, but it's actually really, really good. I love that it splits tracks, and you can actually jump from one to the other if you know how. When I first go through like the Star Loop, I like to always just jump straight down to the right one, and I stay on that track the whole way. I just love that you can see the planets below you. I love just, well, of course, the rainbow track, the Rainbow Road. I love the purple. It's just a overall really good one. Where did I put it? Is it A or is it S? I have it wrong here on my diagram, putting it in a B, but it's definitely at least an A tier. So we'll put it there. Maybe an S, but it's not quite as good as the other Rainbow Road, and I like to have this hierarchy. Rainbow Road N64 is interesting because it's colorful and it's beautiful, but the track is absolute dumpster fire, and there is no saving that. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put Rainbow Road N64 as our first C tier category. It's just not very fun in practice. The little star things to go through are fun. The fireworks are cute and adorable, and it's a really good like last course, you know, just to wind up like your experience of Mario Kart for the day. It's a satisfying conclusion, but it's just not overall fun. If you really want a colorful, beautiful, fun light show, then you should fucking race the Electrodome. The Electrodome is one of my favorite courses. It is an S tier for sure. It's probably the easiest navigable of my S tier courses, just because it's a pretty standard basic track. It's got splits in it, so you can go on the green path or the pink path. But mostly I love it for like the ending bit of the track. Well, for one, you know, riding on the track that does the rainbow trail behind you, which is really fucking sweet. The, you know, it's really cool. And then at the very end of that track, we go dun 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 dun. My brain just fucking goes nuts. Like, all neurons are firing when I hit that. It's like, oh fuck yes, this is so good. This is probably one of the most satisfying tracks to race on, just because of the sound of you hitting those notes, going fast, and the lights and the disco, and it's a big fucking party. All right, this is like your Rainbow Road's hipper younger brother, just fucking knows what he's doing. Okay. This next category is the thematic category. I guess these are just kind of ones that look really cool. They're not as satisfying to race as the other ones up here, but they are still, for the most part, B category. I don't think that there's... Wario's Gold Mine is actually an A, just because I love the theme so much, and I love the music. I just wish that on that downhill, you know, the downhill like hill right at the beginning, I wish that there was a speed boost on that, kind of like on N64 Rainbow Road, where you just go straight down, zoom. I wish that hill had a speed boost to make it more satisfying. This next category is a really short one. It's just the rest of the D tier. These are okay. They're not great. I wouldn't choose to race these. It's just fine if I have to. Shy Guy Falls, in particular, is kind of pretty, but the gliding section at the very end, where you can go into that secret tunnel, you always hit the grass, and it's fucking awful, and it's unsatisfying. Also, the turn there at the end of the course as well, that you can choose instead of going into the tunnel, is also bad, and I don't like it. This next category is probably my favorite, and that is the running into shit category. This is the category where you run into a whole bunch of shit, and the only difference between what makes these courses good or not is whether or not you like running into those things. And so for those, the A tiers that we have here are DK Jungle, because running into that frog, you can never be mad at that frog. That frog is fucking cute. And Moo Moo Meadows, the cows, you love the cows. And a lot of times you don't even hit the cows. You only feel bad if you accidentally hit them with a red shell. The other two, however, are big fucking offenders. You might see a pattern here that a lot of the Toad courses I do not like very much. For this one, Super Bell Subway and Toad's Turnpike, running into transportation is already a staple of all the other courses on this list. Super Bell Subway and Toad's Turnpike are absolute dumpster fire, because you have turned running into other vehicles as a minor deterrent, or sometimes encouraged in the anti-grav areas, to just being a fucking nightmare. Being run over by the train in Super Bell Subway is the most infuriating, excruciatingly evil thing in the history of ever, okay? Super Bell Subway is an absolute F tier. Toad's Turnpike isn't as deplorable, but it still sucks ass because there are so many cars that you have to dodge between. Sometimes it's satisfying to get a little jump off of them, but you can do a jump and then run into the fucking, like, signs or whatever above you if you mistime those. And also, it's just a fucking road. And, everything else is also a road. Our final, like, category per se is the unoffensive category. These are our C tier. The rest of C tier, they're okay. They're not bad. There's just not something like super exciting about them. I definitely have a more positive opinion of these, but there's just nothing really like super exciting about them. Bowser's Castle is probably the standout one, and that like the theme is pretty nice, but the course itself is just not that great. It's kind of like Rainbow Road, and that it looks pretty, but the last like section there, the last turn and everything, it just kind of gets repetitive and redundant, and it's not that great. Now, before we get into the big controversial drama that is our final 3 courses, let's take a minute to just appreciate Animal Crossing, guys. Animal Crossing is a wonderful, wholesome track that nobody can be mad at. It is a solid A-class category, and it deserves the respect that it has. I don't think that anybody that I know dislikes Animal Crossing, and especially not this track. Seeing all of your favorite villagers on the Animal Crossing track is so nice. I mean, you might run into the wall, but look, Rosie's right there cheering you on. It's the sweetest little thing. The fact that it changes seasons is really, really nice. It's just glorious and beautiful all around. All right. There's no more fucking around this time. These are the final 3 courses, and I have strong opinions about these, okay? When it comes to these courses, I will not be challenged. This is the definitive rank. These are the most important opinions that we must have when it comes to judging Mario Kart courses, all right? Music Park is the golden standard for what a Mario Kart course should be. The theme is fucking beautiful. The sounds that play as you go through, fantastic. Just like Electrodome, sounds that play that are not just your cart, the musical feedback is beautiful. Going down the keyboards, amazing. Accidentally hitting the little bumpy black notes or whatever, good. Fabulous. The drifts, the jumps off the drums, and when you fucking hit that last drum pivot at the end as opposed to going around the normal way, and then you don't hit the grass, it's fucking golden. It is the best feeling, all right? Music Park is a beautiful, glorious S tier. Speaking of S's that aren't S's, Sherbetland. Some people think Sherbetland is fine. Some people think that Sherbetland is cute. Little shy guys are ice skating on the surface of the ice. It's just a beautiful, cute little thing. There's little fireworks in the sky. It's a beautiful little winter night. But Sherbetland is dumpster fire. There is nothing great about Sherbetland other than that it looks kind of cute and kind of okay. The problem is Sherbetland is all blue, all bland, and all yikes. The track is absolute trash. The underwater section, boring and bland. There's nothing interesting about being underwater. The penguins, kind of cute, but honestly, a lot of it is forgettable. I gotta say, I could go on for ages about why Sherbetland is the worst track in all of Mario Kart, but I think just putting it in the F tier is enough for you to understand. Finally, of course, we have Cheeseland. Cheeseland is the peak tier, the peak of Mario Kart courses, all right? You don't understand. Cheeseland is what every other course is trying to be. Cheeseland is the holy grail of skill and spectacle. It is the epitome of challenge perfected. It is so glorious to be able to navigate that course, to hit the jumps and the little gaps in the course, the little divots of cheese that you just roll down and pop up and do little jumps. Figuring out when and how to do those takes skill. To get around the chain chomp, why the fuck is a chain chomp in Cheeseland? I don't know. Why does this track make me so hungry? God damn it, cheese is so good. Who could not love this course? The secret rocket, the secret ramp that you can go off that you can only get if you have the mushroom, golden. The ramps going off, jumping across other parts of the track, fantastic. Cheeseland is the greatest, most fantastic, goddamn glorious track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Fight me. And there you have it, guys. That is the tier list for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that your opinions align with mine. And if they do not, get out of here. Bye.